Ba 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 da ba. Ba 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 da ba ba. Ba da ba ba ba. Ba da ba 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 da ba ba. I didn't schedule my life, so there's no one waiting for me. Yeah, I didn't schedule this. I was playing clan folk, playing clams until like 2:45, and then I realized, shit, I'd better get my shit together and get ready for a live stream. Yeah. And so yeah, not scheduled. No waiting queue for anybody. So, yeah, hi. It's just me. We'll see if people turn up. Wasn't here last week because I was heading back from Brisbane. Brisbums. Bumming the Bris. Partner and I went up to Brisbane to visit family and friends, and it was a good time. Yeah. I had trouble with my mic on somebody else's stream, but you guys seem to be okay. Unless you like me being silent and you just don't want to tell me. Drink of choice today. Change from my whiskey and soda water. Bought a bunch of birthday drinks the other day, and I'm still working through them. If no one turns up, is this just going to be a live stream of me glugging? Live glug? Glug stream? Welcome to my glug stream. Watch me glug for 2 hours. I'll just glug. I'll glug anything. I feel like singing jazz. Will I get in trouble if I sing jazz? Because that's not my stuff. It's probably copyrighted. Will I get in trouble? I don't know. I could try it out. I could, as they say, F around and find out. If I seem to scintillate, it's because I've got a date with a little package of all the good things that come with love. You don't have to ask me, I won't waste your time. But if you should ask me why I feel sublime, I'm stepping out with my baby. Can't go wrong 'cause I'm in right. It's for sure, not for maybe. I'm all dressed up tonight, stepping out with my honey. Can't be bad to feel so good. Rainy days are oh so sunny, and I'll keep on knocking wood. There'll be smooth sailing 'cause I'm trimming my sails with a nice shine on my shoes and on my nails. Stepping out with my honey, can't be bad to feel so right. I don't know. Ask me when will the day be? The big day may be tonight. Well, the gods of YouTube didn't hit me on my bum, so maybe I can get away with singing jazz. Why do I do this? Why do I do I'm a Little Teapot Arms? I noticed that when I was editing the highlights of last stream. I do I'm a Little Teapot Arms, and I don't know why. Oh, people, never watch videos of yourself unless you wanna get really friggin' self-conscious about what you do with your arms and your face and your eyes and your nose and your mouth and your ears and your hair and your just every aspect of your being. If you find, oh! Oh! Oh, there's Fast Couch looking at me. Fast Couch is looking at me. It's coming right for me. Oh, boy. Those emojis in that arrangement look like my dog. Just 2 eyes and a mouth right in between. That looks like my dog. With that dumb look on her face, just That's the thumbnail for the stream now. So what's happening, guys? What's up? 2 dots and a line is Maggie. I'm gonna draw a picture of Maggie. I'm gonna draw an accurate picture of my dog. Here's an accurate picture of my dog. We get that's one eye. That's another eye. That's a nose. And that's it. That's a whole face. Sometimes there's teeth. But other than that, there's nothing else to my dog. There's just nothing there. Can't even draw a brain because that's not there either. Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes, each one she passes goes, ugh. That song always weirded me out. She just walks past and people go, oh, come on, like, you bunch of creeps. Keep it in your pants. Who's number 2 in the chat? I see there's 2. Who's number 2? Is it Maggie? Does Maggie have a computer that I don't know about? Does my dog have a computer and she's just on there watching me stream and watching me judge her, watching me make fun of her? Hands? Tea hands? Kettle hands? I feel like I'm playing charades. I got Maltesers for my birthday and I put them in my medicine cup. So if I take anything out of the medicine cup, it means it's medicine. I have to take this. It's good for me. My brother used to eat chips and like come right up to my ear. Crunch the chip right in my... Hi, Seren! You're here. You made it. Welcome to the gang. Our little group of buddies. I did. It's pretty chill, which is kind of what I like. My actual birthday, went and got a haircut, bought some drinks, got a free bottle of rosé from the guy at the liquor store. And then last night, hung out with some friends, had some drinks, had some pizza, played D&D. It was very chill, which is where I'm at this point in my life. That's my kind of a night is, yeah, having a bunch of drinks and pizza and nerd games with a bunch of fellow nerds. Yeah, it means I'm having a change from my usual whiskey and soda water. I'm having my Strongbow because I bought a pack of Strongbow, which was quite a treat. But I'm still eating like fudge slice and Maltesers because the birthday doesn't stop. Yeah, it's like 10 out of 10, my kind of birthday these days. Love it. And it's in a friend of ours' shed. It was just, like, in his back shed, so there's no no one's gonna kick us out. No one's gonna tell us we're being too loud and bothering people at other tables. It's just we can do what we like. It's what do we wanna do on stream? Do we wanna chat or do we want music? What do we want? I'll give the people what they want even though there's only 2 people. Stunts with fire? Oh gosh. I don't know if I can do stunts with fire. I don't know if I can give the people what they want now. The people want a lot. The people want too much from me. My first ever boyfriend was a fire performer, and I was like his prop person, and there was this one thing that he would do that I had to learn how to do, and he had basically a hula hoop that had little bits sticking out of it that all caught fire, and he would, like, swing it around and stuff. Part of my job was he would hand that to me, and I would have to put all the fires out, and I'm like, "I don't really wanna do this. That's scary. That's scary as hell." And he's like, "Well, if we're gonna be a working team, you gotta learn how to do it." And we were doing a performance on the beach, and so he'd hand it to me, and, like, I had to put the hoop over me, like, step into the hoop, and then, like, put out that fire, and then turn around, put it out that fire, and turn it around, and put out this whole hoop of fire. I've had enough stunts with fire to last me a lifetime. Do not want, do not like. Ooh, I haven't seen, Severance. What's it about? I would Google it, but that's always risky. I never trust Googling things because they'll be like, "It's a sad death for this character." It's like, No, don't. I don't need to know that. No one needs to know that. You just spoiled everything. I remember when, like, Marvel was having its movies, and they would just, like, spoil things in just random articles. Psychological thriller, okay. Hmm. Hmm. I will I'm gonna quickly look it up 'cause the name rings a bell, but I'm not quite sure. Severance. Severance thriller series. Okay. Oh, wow. That does sound very interesting. Mark leads a team of office workers whose memories have been surgically divided between their work and personal lives. Oh, yeah. That looks very interesting. Might check that out. We could add that to our list. Mol and I are gonna watch Fury tonight. I have not seen it before. I'm looking forward to it, but I know it's gonna be like a gut punch. And, yeah. And a friend of mine got me on an animated series called Arcane, and it's an animated series, so you think, "Okay, so it'll be fairly cruisy." It is traumatic, and it is violent, and it is so intense, but it is beautiful, like, it is really, really well done. Yeah, it's amazing. So I'm still working through it, and, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, when people recommend things to me yeah, when people recommend things to me, it's like she knows me, so she's like, "Okay, I'm recommending something to you. It's animated, but it's really intense, but the story behind it is, like, these 2 sisters and their bond, so I think you'll enjoy it." And, when Maul and I were getting to know each other, I couldn't handle, like, any violence whatsoever, mainly because, like, with my autism, I'm not really good at separating reality from make believe. But then we were able to just sort of, like, watch a film and then talk through it, and I could figure it out. And so now I'm a lot better at being able to watch a film and appreciate it, but if something is too violent, then I can't do it. But, yeah. Is that Arcane is a popular anime? Yeah. It's really good. I can see why it's very popular, but I can also see why, like, somebody might go in, thinking that it's one thing because of, like, the art style and all of that, and then going, "Oh, shit. Oh, man, this is not what I bargained for. This is really intense." It's like these violent scenes that I'm like, "I oh." Yeah. Sad things get me more than violence. The like, I can turn away from a violent scene, but the sad things, they get me. And if any animals get harmed, I'm like, I'll tell 'em all, "If that dog dies, I am never I'm just stopping. I'm leaving." I can't handle, like, animals getting hurt. I can't handle, like, sad things I struggle with, and it's because, like, I carry it, so I just feel it so deeply that I just keep thinking about it. It's, again, that thing where I can't separate it from reality, so I just get deeply sad about it, and I just I lie awake at night thinking about what the characters have gone through, because it just becomes my pain as well. It's just yeah. So, yeah, I watched, like, I think 4 or 5 episodes, and then I've taken a break because it was intense, and I'll get back into it and take my time. There's actually, a website called Does the Dog Die? And I would look it up a lot, and it's basically tells you if any animals die in a film. And so sometimes I would, like, watch a comedy and you would see, like, an animal that was in distress, and so I'd be like, "Does the dog die?" And they'd be like, "No, it just, like, it gets its hair fluffed up, and that's what you can see in the trailer, but it doesn't actually get hurt." And then there was this show where, like, I think Centrinians, and it's like a comedy all the way through. It's a comedy all the way through. But at one point, a dog is, like, biting somebody's ankle, and they're annoyed at it, so they shake their leg and they kick the dog out the window, and the dog lands in, like, a lawnmower, and the dog dies, and I'm like the next scene is the dog's funeral, and I'm like, "What? This was a comedy. How does killing a dog in a distressing way add to this at all? Was that necessary? Was that necessary?" So, yeah, I look up, "Does the dog die?" And it'll tell you if the dog dies or if the cat dies or if animals are in distress. It'll even tell you the dog is in distress in this specific way, but then after this period of time, it's okay. Or the dog is in distress, but you see it later and it's okay. So I'm like, "Okay, good. I can see that it's hurt now, but it'll be okay." Oh my gosh. Death of the unicorn. It's like, "Come and watch this show with me. It's called Kicking Puppies." It's like, I don't know if that's my jam. I don't know if that's the kind of thing that I'll be into. It's giving me vibes that says, "Nah." Well, there's a movie called Marley and Me, and I know it's sad. I've heard from everybody who's watched it that it's sad but really meaningful. My dog, my first dog, who passed away a few years ago, his name was Marley, and he was like my best friend in the universe. And I was like, "I can't watch that movie. I can't watch it. Yeah. I feel like horror comedy, like, duos, mixes can be a little bit more free and easy with animal deaths too, because then like, "Oh, it's horror, so, like, gotta be prepared. Also, we'll make it funny." Nah, nah, still don't want it. We won't get a nose shot with this. I think that's it. I'll I can't just sort of switch off at the end of the movie or laugh about it and then move on. Yeah. I feel you. I feel you. It's yeah. And I'm okay with it because there are plenty of movies that I can watch. Plenty of movies that don't have that shit in them, so I can be like, "No, I'll pass." There's fluff on my mic. I did not like that. That was distracting me. I'm also I also have a bit of restless leg. It's like it's part restless leg and just part ADHD, but it bounces and then I bounce my microphone. I'm like, "Oh, I've gotta try to stop that." Oh, I got this for my birthday. One of my support organizations gave me a voucher for a jewelry store for my birthday, so I went and picked this up. There we go. It's a compass and it's yeah, because I've found my way in recent years and I like that. Yeah. Well, I used to get pretty bad leg spasms and I just said, "Don't mind me, I'm doing river dance over here." Because I just like shake, 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 shake. Now they're like under control with medication, but the restless leg, what we've realized is just restless leg and ADHD. That comes out whether or not I'm on antispasmodics. So yeah, they just bounce. Thank you. I really like it. I really like it. There was a ring that I wanted there because I love my rings. I love my big chunky rings. And there was a ring with an anchor there. It's a nice big chunky ring. And I wanted to try it on and they said it was a men's ring and it was a bit big. And I said, "Well, what other rings do you have?" And they took me to the women's rings. And I'm non-binary, so like the gender difference with jewelry or clothing, I don't really care. If something fits me, then it's my clothes. If it's from the men's section but it fits me, then it's not men's clothing, it's Nell's clothing. That's the way I see it. But all of the women's rings were very delicate and pretty with diamonds and jewel and like gems and things. And I said, "Well, I'm looking for that chunkier style." And she said, "Well, that's really in the men's section and it'll all be too big." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I think I bought a lot of these in those stalls that you get in the middle of the shopping center. They'll set up these stalls and they're proper stainless steel, so they're not gonna wear away. They're not coated or anything. Um, and they had them in my size, but the proper jewelry stores, they're very gendered. I'm just a little guy who likes chunky rings. Yeah. Also, like, I sew, and when I buy fabric, it doesn't have a gender on it. It's not like, "This is men's fabric and this is women's fabric." I'm like, "No, it's just a piece of fabric, and then you turn it into something, and then whatever body it goes on, that's what it is. That's what it is." Is this child's fabric or adult fabric? Depends on who's wearing it. I had a support worker who she was incredibly petite. She wore clothing from the children's section because that's what fitted her. That didn't make her a child. It was just that's what fitted. That's what was comfortable. You just wear what's comfy. Gender, age, whatever it is, you wear what's comfy. My mum got me dark chocolate Maltesers, and they're really good. I'm gonna have a gig within the next fortnight. My dark chocolate Maltesers. They're really, really nice. For a while, we had popcorn Maltesers. I think we liked them. I think they were ones that we really got into, but they were like limited edition. But yeah, dark chocolate, really, really good. I think Australians really love our Maltesers, so we like experimenting. But yeah, I've got a gig coming up within the next fortnight. My guitar teacher, he's got some gigs lined up at a local cafe, and he's gonna get me to do like be the opening set, do a half-hour opener for him. And yeah, and he said that like he's doing a few. I asked how many he wants me to open for, and he said depends on if they like me, then I can do more. And so yeah, he said that it would be like within the fortnight after my birthday. So we're lining up for that. So I'm just trying to I I get frustrated with myself because I'm learning guitar and I'm learning music theory and all of that, but I'm also like starting to learn clinical coding, and I'm also trying to keep on top of YouTube and social media. And sometimes I don't practice guitar and I don't practice my theory and all of that. And I started writing a blog post the other day about like how my nana always said that my eyes were bigger than my stomach. Basically, I'm biting off more than I can chew. Um, but my main thing is as long as I know my own songs, even if I'm not super good at theory, if I can't tell you every aspect of a diminished seventh chord, and if I can't play an arpeggio on a minor 11th scale, if I can play my own shit, that's what's important. The rest of the stuff is so that I can write better songs and write more complex songs in the future, but the main thing is that I can play my own stuff and sing to it. That's the main thing. There are plenty of performers who never learn music theory. I just want to learn it because I'm going deaf and I need to be able to know what I'm doing if I go deaf and can't hear what I'm playing. Thank you. I figured that like if I put my heart into it and if I know what I'm doing, and my guitar teacher said like when I've got good songwriting and a good voice, I can get away with doing very basic guitar because people are focusing on the lyrics and the voice rather than being like, I'm waiting for a really sick guitar lick, you know. They're not. They're just wanting the lyrics to start again. So it's also that like he wants me to do it because he knows that I play this sort of soft folky stuff. I won't be doing a lot of my disability advocacy stuff for this because that's when I do my own thing and when the focus is on me. For this, I'm just setting a scene and setting a vibe with my soft stuff. And so he knows that's what I do, a lot of just soft, gentle stuff. He doesn't want me like bashing out a crazy like riff. Just my gentle strumming, my gentle picking. So yeah. But yeah, it will hopefully be an opener for me to start approaching these local cafes and be like, "Hi, I did this gig with you guys. Can I do a longer one on my own?" Or, "Hi, I did a gig at that place. They think I'm good. Can I get a job here?" Hopefully we'll get somewhere with it. And then I can start doing the advocacy stuff on its own. Yeah. And I do have something lined up in April at a local like food festival thing. And again, I will probably not push the advocacy stuff a whole lot because it's not really super about me. It's not my gig. I'm playing at an event. I don't want to be like, let's turn this into the Nels advocacy show. I will play music that helps keep the vibe that they're going for. I'm trying to really play the game. It's weird. It's weird. remember once when I was young, I was like 21 or something, and, a guy I was seeing and we used to, like, play music together and we used to go to this open mic thing at, his dad's favorite pub. We'd get the train out there and go out and perform, and our first time there, I got so nervous that, like, I was drinking cider and I just had a few too many ciders as, like, Dutch courage, and I ended up just, like, kinda blanking on the words of the song, and it was oh boy, kinda went the opposite direction, confidence-wise. Wasn't good. I learned from that. I learned from that. You can have a bit of whiskey with some pineapple juice, but you don't have 2 or 3 bottles of cider before a gig. I think it's also that thing of, like, I feel like I have a message that needs to get out there, so that sort of prompts me to put myself out there, gives me kind of an extra incentive or an extra boost where I'm like, "Okay, it's not just about me, I do really want to get these songs and these words out there. Uh, I need to I need to have courage for other people. I need to have courage for the people I'm writing these songs for, not just me. So if I don't have the courage for me, I have to try to have the courage for other people. And I can try to play mind games on myself to get myself out and about so that I can do that. But yeah, I'll slowly get there. A lot of people around town remember me from when I was busking outside the grocery store. So a lot of people will remember me, and so if I say, "Oh, I'm doing a gig at that place," they'll remember that I like they'll remember that I did it. They'll remember that they liked what they heard. So hopefully that means that somebody will say, "Oh, I'll come and listen to you because I remember that you played well." So hopefully that's a good thing. Yeah, it's like it taking it easy is like, it takes a lot for me to get buzzed or anything, but I think having, like, a couple of bottles of cider plus nerves for me really did it. Um, and I found that, like, back in the day, I was very small. I was very, like, very slender. I was tall and thin. I was very willowy, and so people thought that I would be a bit of a pushover with booze, and I was pretty good. And, even now, I'm on a lot of medication that, um, on the packets, it says this will make alcohol, um, more effective, and it doesn't. Something about my body just processes it and gets rid of it without it, touching my brain too much, which is nice because it means I can enjoy a cider or a glass of wine or a bottle of wine and, not be too worried. But yeah, there's some ciders around, like, I don't know if, we have the same brands in Australia that you do in the US, but, like, Strongbow is one of my favorites. Strongbow and Mercury I like, but there's one called Somersby that a lot of the pubs and clubs have, and it's just like apple juice. It's kinda like baby cider, and I remember going somewhere and, like, all they had was Somersby, and they didn't have apple, they had, like, a strawberry, and it tasted like juice. It tasted like baby juice, and I said, "I'm sorry, I can't drink this." I said, this doesn't feel like a grown-up drink." And the bartender said, "Somersby is my favorite drink." I'm like, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry." Oh, it would be wonderful if you could come to Australia one time. Wait till I'm big enough so that it's, like, worth your while and I'm not just doing a half-hour set. Wait till I'm doing, like, 2-hour shows somewhere. Mango ginger cider, ooh, that sounds incredible. There's a, there's a cider brand, I can't remember the name, Ruck something. It's a German cider, and it's really good. They have, like, watermelon and strawberry and all of that. Guava cider, that sounds so good. But, yeah, Australia is, like, there are a lot of really lovely parts. Um, we're trying to get out of where we are. We're in a very rural town. It doesn't have very good, like, health services, mental health services, chronic illness services, all of that kind of thing. We are trying to move into a more built up area up north. Once I'm there, come over because we want to be moving to somewhere that's near just a few hours out of Brisbane, and Brisbane is one of the I think one of the best cities in Australia to to visit, especially. It's absolutely beautiful, and yeah, like they keep the city beautiful. They have lights there at night. They have like so many beautiful things there. Food is incredible, culture is incredible, and it's just really chill. It's just really chill. It just feels like you're kind of like a big seaside town, but it's massive and has everything. So wait till we're further north and I start doing shows there and then head over and visit Brisbane. That's the plan. Number 3 has entered the chat. I almost hope that my live streams never get popular because then I'd have to count to like higher than 6. And I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could keep track of that many people. Like I see people who are live streaming and they're talking and the chat is like moving like this. I'm like, how do you have a conversation? How do you chat with people when it's going like that? Good grief. Although I did say like last time, maybe live streams are for people who don't want to actually talk to anyone and they just want to talk and not be interrupted. So maybe that's what they want to do. I think it would be overwhelming. I don't know. I've seen people who do like there's the chats that go up the side and they go really fast, but then they do like super chats. So someone pays money so that their chat goes up on the screen for them to see. But then that means that people have to pay money to actually engage in the conversation with you, and I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Yeah, it's weird. I keep eating treats. I've been really good. But then, I turned 35 and let myself go. At least for a weekend. At least for a weekend. Exactly. It's just like a couple of days and I, let loose a little bit. And then I'll get back on track. Yeah, I get a whole month. I get a whole month. Oh boy. My foot got caught in my headphones. Well, like with my March is crazy because it's like it's my birthday and then my mum's wedding anniversary, then my mum's birthday, and I think it's my niece's birthday. And I think somebody else's like anniversary of some kind. A lot going on in March. Yeah. Getting back on track. Oh man. Why is it so hard to be good? Why can't like being good be easier? Then I wouldn't have to get back on track because I wouldn't get off track. Oh, hello, Anne. I still haven't called your mum. It's one of those things where I keep thinking, okay, so I'll set aside some time. Oh, no, now's not a good time. I'll set aside some time now. Now's not a good time. And then I thought this afternoon, I'll set aside some time. And then I remembered, no, I'm doing the live stream. How was she yesterday, Anne? How was your mum yesterday when you went to see her? Mum said that she's enjoying the food in hospital, which is good. Which is good. Some of the hospitals have pretty good food. I remember being in hospital for tonsillitis and I had to have all like their liquid diets. And their soups were really good. I was surprised. I was really surprised. Very, very good soups at I think it was John Hunter Hospital. Really good soups. Top of the line. I'm really self-conscious about my hair. I'm growing out the red and it makes me look like I've got a lot of grays, but it's honestly just growing out red hair. I have to choose between either red hair or curly hair because my curls don't like the shampoo that keeps my color in. Oh, okay. All right. Hello. We've identified viewer number 3. Viewer number 3 wins a hello. Oh, wait. I lost a light. It's connected to my wheelchair. My wheelchair turned off. Let's have a look. There we go. Something we find funny is that, like, you really shouldn't ever see the whole whites of somebody's eyes. But I can do it, right? And we've watched movies where, like, people are overdoing the whites of their eyes. That's just my eyes. I have very big eyes. My eyes, yeah, I've got Disney character eyes. Not quite Disney princess. Disney something. Yeah. Big eyes. If that's not a Disney face, I don't know what is. I remember one time I had to get a test at an optometrist and they put eye drops in to, like, make my pupils larger, and I already have unnaturally large pupils. It's part of my illness that my pupils are always a little bit dilated. And then they made my pupils larger, so there was only like a millimeter or 2 of color around my eyes. And so with my massive whites of my eyes and then, like, pupils almost, like, fully black, I wanted to keep the stuff so that I could just freak people out, but it made my eyes very sensitive. And I wanted to get LASIK surgery for a while because I wear contact lenses and I often wear glasses at homes. But, like, I was told by my doctor, LASIK surgery, they are prepared for pupils that are a certain size. My pupils are too large for LASIK surgery. So it would, like, correct the inside of my pupils and then leave a ring around it. So I would have to get, like, specialist LASIK surgery that would cost an extra couple $1,000. Yeah. That's my superpower, to just see through time. See through everything. Yeah. But it means that, like, I have a lot of space up here and I like doing eyeshadow because there's a lot of space. It does mean that, I remember reading a makeup rule in an old makeup book. They're like, ladies should not draw focus and attention to both the lips and the eyes at the same time. One must choose one focus at a time. So I wear red lipstick and, like, crazy amounts of eyeshadow at once because I have massive lips and massive eyes. Might as well make the most of them. I'll go for it. Oh man. This needs to grow out faster. What kind of glasses do you wear, Siren? I think I've seen, did you have them in your pictures in your emails? Maybe. Because I wear, my glasses are, like, inspired by my grandfather's. So I when my Pa passed away, we had a heap of his old bits and pieces, and there was a set of old glasses of his that were, like, really thick, like Buddy Holly style, thick ones, and I tried them on and I thought, "Damn, these suit me." So the next time I went to buy glasses, I found ones that looked a hell of a lot like that, and so, they're, like, thick, black, thick-rimmed glasses. They're also really, really sturdy, so I used to wear, like, the ones that almost had invisible frames so no one could see them. I don't care. These ones are, like, really thick, and they also balance out my face because I have a lot of strong features going on with my face. Thank you. I actually got my hair cut because it was getting very long, and so now it's back to a manageable length, which also means that, like, when it sort of curls up naturally, it will get a little bit Hollywood-esque, which is fun. The photo shoot man, the photographer that I did my photo shoot with, um, when we were working together, he said that I did have, like, a bit of a Hollywood look, and he said if I ever wanted to, because 'cause I'd put on, like, classic red lipstick, and he said that he really wanted to, like, experiment with old Hollywood lighting because there are particular ways of lighting things that they used, um, in, like, Hollywood style pictures and glamour shots. So he said that if I was ever free, I should come back and do one of those. I'm like, "Oh, buddy, I can't afford you." I spent, like, 3 months paying off my photo shoot. So I said, "If you're happy for me to come in and just be an experimental model, and, like, you don't edit the photos for me and all of that, then I'm happy to do it, but, oh, I cannot afford to just come in and do photo shoots willy-nilly. I can't do that." Oh, Michael, hello. I've been thinking about you. It's pretty wet. We are getting, like, the excess spin-off from Alfred. They shut a lot of things down for over the past couple of days. They shut down some schools and my partner's TAFE. And then, we have a very low 2 very low bridges in and out of our town. We have a very small town. So our town's, like, here, and there's rivers on either side to get to other towns. And, both rivers were at risk of flooding over, yesterday, and we had plans to go to some friends' places in the next town over for my birthday last night, and we're like, "Are we trapped? Are we trapped? Are we trapped?" But no, it was just under enough for us to get out, but yeah, it's still very wet, very soggy. Um, oh my gosh. Are you able to, did you have to do a week's worth of shopping and everything? Because yeah, so Ren, we've had a cyclone just off the coast of the northern state of Australia, and, Michael in the chat here, he's in Queensland, which is where it was, yeah, where it was hitting. Alfred, they're calling him Alfred. And Michael, when we were chatting and you said TC Alfred, I only knew about the cyclone. I didn't know him by name at that point. We were actually in Brisbane until last Friday, I think it was. So we left Brisbane on the Friday, and then we were meeting some friends on Sunday, and they're like, there's a cyclone hitting. We just got out just in time." Oh my gosh. So not even click and collect. That is damn, damn. That is really, yeah. I remember, like, we've had flooding here in the mid North Coast, and it was stuff where, like, people, like, you just couldn't trust any service. I had disability services who wouldn't come to my house to help me get out of bed, and it's like, what do you do? What do you do? They're canceling. My cleaners wouldn't come because 'cause they're like, "We've heard the bridges might have flooded," and I messaged back, "They didn't. They didn't flood, but okay." And it's like, okay, so they canceled your order, but surely, surely there was a way of getting to you. One of the stores somewhere in the vicinity could have gotten to you, I feel like. I guess if there was no way of them getting to you, like, yeah, it's hard to know who to put blame on in a disaster situation. I'm just gonna put my fan on. It is very warm in here.
Oh no!
I wanted to open the door, but I forgot that the light is attached to me.
Oh god. Chaos!
Yeah. I've done this so many times.
Did you need this? Is this important?
No.
Do you need this?
Oh, where did it go?
Where did what go?
This. Oh, there it is.
Oh.
Sorry, guys. This is attached to my wheelchair, and then I just drove up.
Is that close enough? Is that...
Okay. Where does that go? That way.
That's so we can hear you in the other room.
Yeah, I'm everywhere.
There's never enough. Did you want to leave that open?
That's what I'm thinking, yeah. Oh, it is hot. I'd like my fan on as well, just on the lowest setting. Low. Oh boy. Yeah. It's a good, is this even? Oh boy. Yeah, it's a good little ring light. It's just, and because my computer, I plug in my my mic into the USB. So this is a USB ring light. My wheelchair has a USB slot. So I plug the ring light into my wheelchair. And then I forget that I've done so. And I wheel away and I tear the ring light to the ground. Every time. Every time. Every time I tell myself I won't do it. To the point where I blue tacked it onto the top of my computer, so I won't. But I do. I do. What are you doing? No. You get... No, not my fringe. Not my...
This is the hair and makeup department. We have to do this.
I'm getting fixed up by the hair and makeup department. Don't mind us.
This is stylish, okay? The kids love
Yeah.
it.
I look better now. Actually, like my old dog, he used to, if you came at him with a grabby stick like that, he'd just sit there with his chest ready and you would just scratch his tummy. Oh, man. He's a very silly man. He's my silly, silly man. Well, like, he had my mic stand that we were using for something the other day. And he's just like chasing that. Seren thought that was a boom mic coming in.
Yeah. No, we don't have that budget yet.
Yeah. One day we'll have boom mic budget. Yeah, my USB thing in my wheelchair is really good because if I forget to charge my phone overnight, I just charge it in me. I just leave the house and I plug in my my phone into me. And then somebody's like, "Oh no, my phone's running out of battery." I'm like, "Here I am. I'm full of power, baby. Shove it in and I will charge it up. I am a battery." Some things are just, I don't know. Some foods, sounds, spot on. Pringles, spot on. Maltesers, spot on. Oh, and you asked me what I'm drinking. I'm drinking Strongbow. I got a pack of them for my birthday yesterday, and a friend of mine asked me if I had any alcohol preferences, and she got me a bottle of Midori, and I have not had a bottle of Midori of my own. I don't think ever. A housemate of mine had one, and so we would be able to mix our own Midori drinks. And now I have my very own bottle of Midori. And I love it because on the label it just says infused with Japanese melons. What? Yeah, because we had Sprite. Like, my friend had Sprite at his place last night. We all went there for pizza and drinks for my birthday and some D&D. And yeah, Midori and some Sprite, and it was perfect. I love cocktails with Midori in there as well, but Midori is it's like it's basically like this color. The color of this bottle is the color of the drink. But yeah, it's so nice, and it is this like fresh melony flavor, I guess. It's yeah. Any cocktail that has Midori in it, I'm sold. It's so nice. I have a bag too. It's like just a it's like a beach bag, but it's Midori. It's got Midori labels all over it, and I don't know where I got it from. It's Midori branded beach bag. I guess they make that for everything. But yeah, it's the sort of thing where it's like when it comes to just grabbing some drinks to go, I'll usually get a Strongbow or the Prosecco and Moscato that we like comes in mini bottles, which is really good. But then yeah. Yeah, and then when we went to Brisbane, I got some little bottles of whiskey. So there was like big bottles that were expensive, but then there were little bottles of like tasters of the different varieties, and they're so small that I can fit them in my handbag. So I would really love to be like the old guy who has a flask and just has a whiskey in my bag at all times. So that the nieces and nephews and their kids just know me as like old Nell who just swigs every now and again. But yeah. One of them I was trying and it made me cough. It was very strong. And then I like visited our friend. I'm like, "Oh yeah, have you tried this one?" And he has the full bottle. I'm like, "Oh boy. It's hardcore." They're really cute. They're only like this big. I feel like I could make like a little teddy bear scene with teacups and little tea tea kettles and stuff, and then a little bottle of scotch the size of a teddy, teddy proportional size bottle of scotch for my little tipsy teddies. I need to start selling my teddies online. Not enough people are buying them at the local market. We live in a kind of poor area, financially limited area, where if people are going to spend money, it's not going to be on custom made, handmade teddies. A lot of people around here buy stuff from Temu, buy stuff online, because they can't spend money on stuff like that. And yeah, I've been going to the markets for a couple of months, and people just won't buy. I drop my prices, and people just won't buy. Yeah, I make handmade teddies. I'll get some. I'll show you. I'm gonna try Etsy. It's just that like there's a bit of faffing around because you've got to like send things in the post and pay Etsy fees, but at least I would be selling them. Because I sew all the time, I can't stop, so I kind of need a way to get rid of them, but I'll get some out and I'll show you because I like them. They're cute. I'm gonna unplug my light. Okay. Come on, little guy. I did it correctly. Yeah, like, and saying that in our area we had Miller's, Autograph, Noni B, Rivers. They're all closing down because they're all basically like shutting down because of the online stores. This is my suitcase. I have a lot of vintage suitcases, and yeah, this is my bunny. And a cat. I don't like the cat because I don't like its tail, so I'm redesigning that pattern. And a little teddy. I made Christmas teddies. I made them in green and red. A lady, she liked this one, but she wanted it in pink. And I'm like, I have pink teddies. And she's like, no, I want the floral, but in pink. So I'm like, okay, I will try to find a pink floral. This wasn't the right kind of pink floral. So I'm finding something to make for her at the next market. I made ones in time for Valentine's Day. People didn't buy them. Then I have big ones. I think I've sold one. I had been selling them, trying to sell them for $50 because they take me a while. And then one lady was like, how much are these? I said $50. And she went, what? $50? I'm like, yeah, they're all hand stitched. I do them entirely by hand. I don't use a machine. A lot of love goes into them. She's like, okay. Okay. And then I have bunting. Bunting for a house. And then I have bookmarks. All fabric, all handmade, all hand stitched because I can't use a sewing machine. So yeah. And people aren't buying it. And I need them to buy it partly because I need to supplement my pension because our pension is at the poverty line, but also because I sew. I am always sewing and I need to get rid of the stuff I sew so that I can keep sewing more stuff. So yeah, it's going to be Etsy now. I need to go to the post office and find out how much it's going to cost me to post stuff so that I can organize that and start up an Etsy shop. It's also that going to the local markets is kind of shit. Like we went there, I have to pay $25 for a stall. If I don't make anything, I've just spent $25 and haven't made anything. And we just sit there for 4 or 5 hours with people looking at my stuff and then walking past. Yeah. I would love for people to buy, but they're not doing it in person, so I will just do it online. Oh man, it's just a stack of the stack of teddies. I also make ragdolls, and those I would not even try to sell at markets because I would want to sell them for $100 because of the amount of time that I take. Well, that's actually something we thought of, that like once I start doing my own shows and I have CDs to sell, if I have a merch table, then we could just take that stuff and sell that at a merch table because it's all like, it's Nell made. It's like my store Nell made. And so if people were like, but like buying, if people went to a show to see me and listen to my stuff and then were buying a CD, maybe they'd want to buy something handmade by me as merch, you know. We would yeah, that would be a cool thing, because if we were already setting up a merch table, we might as well do that kind of thing. I have like the card scanner bought and set up and everything, so. Also, I want to start like making merch that's like wheelchair babe and a shape with a face, which is how I self-identify, and stuff like that. You know, stuff with cool mottos, or bears with cool mottos. Maybe bears in wheelchairs. That'd be fun. Little soft stuffed wheelchairs. I'll have to design a pattern for a wheelchair for a bear so that it's entirely soft. So that if you gave it to a baby, my thing is you can give my bears to babies and there's no hard objects. There's nothing that's going to stick out. There's nothing that's going to get caught or that's they can like bite off. If I designed a wheelchair that was entirely fabric that a bear sat in, that could be cool. That could be cool. Workshopping. You guys and this is a good combination. Oh my gosh, Sue, that is amazing. That's from Play School. Do you guys have Play School? Isn't that an Aussie show? Oh no, sorry. Sorry, Delphin. I thought for some reason I read Suren. And I'm thinking, wow, Play School has really crossed the pond. Yeah. Soft wheelchair plushies. That is going to have to be my thing. That's going to be my thing. I need to work on this commission for this lady at this next market, but I think this next market next weekend is going to be my last one in person. I can't hang out at places for 4 hours for nothing. Not at this point. But yeah, I'll work on that pattern and maybe start something going. Also, like making a soft wheelchair for my ragdolls would be really cool. Something where maybe if you could like have Velcro on part of the doll so they could sit in the wheelchair and then you could take them out, maybe? I don't know. Oh boy. I would never expect anyone from Play School to be in the real world. No, they live in that house. They all live in that house. I should have some water. My webcam doesn't know what to do when I drink water. It's like, is this the feature of the stream now? Or is it Nell? Who's more important? I really like this. I know it's cliched, but I would really like to have a compass tattoo one day. Maybe I should put it next to a Southern Cross. Oh man. Things that like tattoos that I've wanted since I was like 15, they end up really seeming cliched now, but I still like them. It's like girls who they planned their wedding since they were 12 and they still go for it. And I'm like, have you evolved in any way? Or did you just say this is what I've wanted since I was a little girl? It's like, okay. Yes. Are you a different person at all? Yeah, my webcam thinks I'm presenting this and it's like Australian spring water. Fun fact, this has actually been filled up from our tank. So this is actually Australian rainwater. Brought to you by the sky. I wanna eat my Maltesers. I've got one more in my medicine cup, so I'll just take one I'll take one more. There are these ads for, I think the store is called The Iconic. There are all these weird ads of ladies doing weird things. Like one lady is like eating something that isn't noodles, but eating them like noodles. Another lady chops wood until she gets a toothpick. And at the end it says, "Got you looking, The Iconic." I'm like, yeah, you got me looking at the ad. I have not looked up your clothes because I wasn't looking at the clothes they were wearing. I was looking at the weird shit they were doing. So I don't think that you're achieving anything by these advertisements. I'm looking at the ad. I'm also thinking that they're kind of dumb. Well, that's a pretty easy thing to get in. Yeah, like advertisements and commercials, it's like I don't getting people's attention isn't the only thing. There's also these like ads for these crackers. So when we have these crackers that are like, they have pizza flavoring and stuff. And the ads will be like, okay, they'll zoom in on the cracker. They'll zoom in on the cracker and have a bunch of tiny people on the cracker, like dancing and waving pizzas around. And then it zooms out and somebody eats the cracker. And those ones always made me feel uncomfortable because I'm like, that makes the crackers seem dirty because they're covered in like a bunch of crawly things, a bunch of crawly people. It's weird. Yeah, LCM ads, and it was like punishing adults, punishing them by being eaten. Terrible. Poor things. Ads are weird. It's also people who like make ads are weird because I'm like, have you ever bought an object in your life? Some ads work. Show me KFC and I will want KFC. You don't even need to have an ad for it. Just show me a picture of KFC and I will want KFC. I'm a fairly simple man. Show me a picture of a good pair of pants and I will probably think, those look good. I'll look up where they are from. Show me something too complicated and I'm like, I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered doing the maths to figure out what this means. I don't want that. I don't want to work when I'm watching an advertisement. I just want to speed it up and make it quieter so I can get back to what I was watching instead. I do not remember the man who ate a trumpet. Oh yeah, like those KFC ads, they're great. It's like, oh, you accidentally made out with your mum's friend. Did anyone say KFC? And it's like KFC fixes it and everyone forgets. Everyone forgets because they're busy going, my hands are really greasy now and I think I need to wash them. You don't even remember the awkward thing you did because you're thinking about your greasy hands. Oh, that insurance ad. So like whenever he talked, he made trumpet noises. Was that it, Anne? Some of those insurance ads are wild and they don't feel professional. But also if a guy just comes on television and is like, I'm Mr. Pay Me from such and such insurance. If you're having trouble with this situation, contact us at such and such insurance and we'll help you out. Then I'm also like, I'll never remember you in my life. And then they've got, oh, we're going to act out this thing where you were attacked by aliens, but it's okay because you have insurance. And I'm like, that seems a bit far fetched. I'm not gonna take them seriously. Nothing works for insurance. Oh, yeah. These Tim Tam ads. And they were, like, never-ending Tim Tams. Those are strange. They were also very sexual, those Tim Tam ads. It's bizarre. Why? Why do they do it? Why do they do it? Why are people so weird? Why are people so weird about Tim Tams and food and putting things on our television that we have to see? We have to see, especially, like, back in the day when we couldn't fast forward it. You couldn't click skip on these ads. You just had to watch it. You wanted to watch a television show. You wanted to watch a film that was playing on a Friday night. The ads were there. You could not flick. You could not skip. You just had to watch them, and they were up really, really loud, and they were really compressed in their audio, and they blasted you in the eyes and the ears. And you just had to watch them, even though they were weird. And they were also on at, like, child-friendly times of night, even though a lot of them were not child-friendly. It's like, "You're gonna wanna have sex with this mop, aren't you, ladies?" And you're like, "This doesn't feel right." I don't know why Bunnings is making mops weird. Like, well, sex sells, right? No, not like that, it doesn't. On a different note, look how cool my nails are. I have black nail polish, but then a matte top coat. This top coat makes any nail polish I have turn matte. Oh, it doesn't wanna focus on it. There we go. It's very cool. Narrowing down Black Swan to 3 seconds. I don't know. I'd love to see them try that on other films. That would be very interesting to see. Yeah, it's the top coat, so I can have, like, my black nail polish, I can put a gloss coat on it, goes glossy. Put a matte coat on it, goes matte, and I love it because I didn't need to buy extra nail polishes. I just covered it with a different top coat. Easy. It's easy. Oh, man. It's also like, you can imagine, like, a boardroom full of people doing advertising, and at some point, somebody must have thought, "This is a shit idea. I don't think we should do this." But, like, are they getting peer pressured to go through it? They're like, "Oh, I don't know. Oh, man. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. At the end, you see an ad and you're like, "People had to agree to this. People had to say yes to this." Did anyone stick their hand up and say no when they were laughed out of the room? And then at the end, they were like, "Well, we all said this was a good idea." Someone's like, "I did not. I said this was awful. I tried. I tried my best." Thank you, Anne. I love black nail polish. I've been wearing black nail polish since I was a teenager, and I've tried so many different colors. Sometimes I match my nail polish to my outfit. Sometimes I wear this one, which is super neutral, and it's just basically a skin color. But then always go back to black. An ad for Channel 10, just generally Channel 10. Remember there was an ad for, like, Channel 9, and it had all of their stars from, like, Home and Away and stuff just dancing. They were doing, like, a flash mob style dance, and it was so embarrassing and cringy. Oh, g oh, guys, somebody told you you would look really cool, and they lied to you. Somebody told you this would be a good idea for your career, and they were wrong. It's not. It's not a good idea for your career. It's a bad idea. Oh, I think I remember that. Yeah, I think I remember that one. Again, how does it jump through that many hoops and no one says, "Maybe we should change that bit." You know, the bit that makes the people we've got here look like P-files. Maybe we should change that. Maybe we should change the bit that gives implications. Maybe we should change the bit that gives bad implications because it it makes us look really bad. Maybe we should change that bit. And instead they're like, I don't see a problem. I don't see a problem with grown men smiling about, thinking about little girls. I don't see the I don't see the problem. Let's keep going. Yeah. I wonder if there's like a bit of a feeling of like a wave moving when you're in those rooms of decision making. And it's all it's like in a cult where they're all like, I think if we all like punch puppies, it will be really good. And then if you're outside of it, you're like, I can't believe I did that. But when you're in it, you're like, we all at the time At the time, it really made sense. At the time, it felt healing, and it felt like it was really opening us up spiritually, and it felt like we were being guided in a really positive direction. It's like you were hit you were punching puppies in their faces while they cried. Is that that's what you did. And like, yeah, but, when you were there, it was like, you just had to be there. That's the thing. It's like, anyone have any ideas for this? No one puts up their hand. One person puts up a shitty idea, and then everyone's like, "Sounds great." No one's gonna say anything against it. They're just gonna go along for the ride because they're not in that room because they're creative. They're in that room because they will support whatever bad idea the person with the smallest amount of ideas has. Exactly. It's like if you voiced particular ideas that weren't palatable to the people being asked, you probably wouldn't be invited back to the next meeting. If you were like, I think that bit where you punched the puppy and smiled, that made you look really strong. It'd be like, you know what, buddy? You're getting a raise and a corner office. Cool. I'll tell you you're strong and manly and great every time you punch puppies. And then you get videos of people punching puppies and you're like, how did this happen? Well, it happened because people were very much incentivized to support that line of logic. But it was even like recently, there was a woman who like there's Millie Bob blah, 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 Millie Bobby Brown, Billy Bobby, Billy Bobby Bob, Millie Bobby Brown. And she looks very grown up now. And there was a whole lot of articles that were like criticizing how she looked. And it's like, she's 21. Can we just lay off? Like, she's been in the public eye since she was a baby. She's just figuring her shit out. But all of these people were writing articles, and Millie Bobby Brown just called them out. Just said, "Hey guys, I think this is pretty poor form. Also, the following people who wrote these articles, why? Why are you talking about a young girl? It's weird." And one of the people who wrote the articles actually spoke up, and she's like, "Yeah, sometimes I write articles that I choose. Other times I'm told what to write about, and that's one of these situations. It's not an excuse, I'm just explaining what happened, and it's like, so somebody told you, "You should really rip apart this 21-year-old as a 30-year-old," and you're like, "Okay." Now you're saying, "I shouldn't have done that, but you did it." You did it. At the time, you didn't say, "Isn't it a bit weird for me to say, why is this young person aging so disgustingly?" But you didn't. Yeah. It's also that thing of like, Maul and I have talked about people who are very much like the parasites who hold on to the big fish. They survive by just being like parasites who just ride on the sides. The big fish will keep them safe. Oh, speaking of parasites, I hear our dog. Maggie! Maggie! Do you want to come here? Maggie, come here. No! Maggie!
Not interested.
Maggie, come here.
I actually don't want to come to you, Mummy. I don't want any of that. I don't want any of that.
Maggie!
I don't want
She
any
just
of it.
stomped. She just stomped on the couch. She doesn't want me. She goes through her moods, and usually her mood is, "Where's Morley?"
Say hello to everyone in the house, but not Mummy.
Yeah. She just went and said hello to Maul and looked at me. So the two of them are on the couch going. And then she went off to find a biscuit. And I can go suck a big pile of shit, according to Maggie. Oh, yeah. She is so... The doctor said that she has room in her mind, room in her brain for one thought. She has like developmental delay. Room in her head for one thought. Sometimes that thought is to give attitude to me. Every part of her being is used up giving me attitude. Maggie, you gonna Maggie? Maggie? Maggie?
No.
Maggie? Maggie, come here. Maggie? Maggie? Come here.
She's just hiding.
Are you hiding from me behind me?
Yeah.
Come here.
No.
Come here.
That's a no.
Yeah. Delphin has met my puppy. My puppy is 10 years old, and she is still a puppy because she stopped developing in any way when she was about 6 months old. She has stopped. Oh, but she doesn't get away with everything. She thinks she can, though. She thinks that she can trick us. So if she goes outside and the ground is wet, she needs to get her feet dried when she comes in. And we'll have the towel. And she's like, "But what if I snuck past? Like, you're right, I'm right in front of you. You can't sneak past." She's like, "What if I tricked you by wriggling and wiggling and sneaking past? You can't trick me." Puppy! Hairy baby. Let's see if she tries to wiggle away. Yeah. So imagine Delphin, who is a mountain of a man, and Maggie was only like a year or two old, and she's like, "I'm gonna take this on. I'm gonna take on this challenge," and just licked an entire arm that was twice as big as her. There we go. Oh, and now the camera doesn't know what to do. Oh, she smells like a meringue. She got groomed on Friday. Oh, okay. Don't like kisses from Mummy. This morning, she sat with me and buried her arm into my elbow because Mummy was the best. Mummy was the best thing in the world. Mummy was the best. Didn't want anything else from Mummy, and now Mummy is the worst. Yeah, she was like, excuse me, I just took care of that entire thing, and you're just making it dirty with some water. I can't believe you. You're being sulky? I have not known dogs that can sulk as effectively as Maggie. Like right now. Yeah, just okay. She's just giving attitude. She won't look at me. She just won't look at me. Maggie, will you engage with me? Maggie, will you look at me? Maggie?
Do you want me to grab her? Or...
Yeah, I think she says she doesn't want me.
Yeah, she's not interested.
My gosh. Oh.
Because of the angle of the camera, every time I'm on screen, I look like the parrots in Peanuts.
Yeah.
There's no head. There's just hands.
Mole's saying that he looks like the parents and the adults in Peanuts every time he comes on screen because he's just arms and like half a body. You can't see anything. It's just a headless wonder. Oh, that'll be nice, Suran. Get some doggy time. Get some doggy time. I love my dog, but she is a bitch. She is a terrible person. Yeah, well, yeah, she's over with Daddy now, so she's getting exactly what she wanted. She's just curled up on his lap. So that's a big F you to Mummy. Maggie's doing this to me. Okay. I need to take a photo of her face because she's such a cocky bitch. That's Maggie's face right now. Looking straight at me. Straight at me. She's staring at me from his lap. Why are you so obsessed with me?
She wants you to know.
Why are you so obsessed with me? She wants me to know that she's happy not being around me. That's what she does every time. She ignores me when she's with me, and then she goes and hangs out with Mole, and then looks at me from the other room like, do you see this? Do you see this? Do you want this? Is this what you wanted? Because this is not what you're going to get. Look at me on this lap. Is this what you thought was going to happen with you and me? It's not gonna. I like this lap best. This is my favorite lap. This is my favorite person. She's the biggest diva. It's like room in her head for one thought, and that one thought is diva. I just can't believe her. I can't believe her. On stream, too. She's humiliating me on my own stream. Maggie, get your own stream and do that. I should get her to do a stream one day. Just get my laptop and put it on the floor and she's looking at me again. Oh, man. Oh, hi, honey. Oh, okay, so she's yapping at me. Do you want to come here? Come here. Come on. Come here.
Boyfriend is behind.
Get your boyfriend. Get your boyfriend. Get him. Yes. Good girl. Her boyfriend is Squeaky Dangles. Oh my gosh. What a little peanut. She's the light of my life. And sometimes that light is like a flashing neon sign that I wish would just chill the hell out. Good girl. You rip him to pieces. She's so sassy. Sassiest little dog. Sassiest little 4 kilos that you'd ever see. She's just wiping her toy in a circle on the ground. Good grief. Oh boy. Anything else we want to chat about? I'm kind of running out of steam. Oh, okay. What are you going back or forward, Seren? And is it both sides of the country changing times? Okay. I will update my times for next week then. Yeah, it's like spring forward and then fall back or something. It's super catchy. Oh boy. It's funny because, like, with daylight savings, you're always like, well, I'll make sure I go to bed an hour earlier when it's daylight savings and I'm going to lose an hour. You never do. Never, ever. Never in my life have I lived up to my own promise of going to bed an hour earlier because of daylight savings. It's always bullshit. That promise to myself is always bullshit. Always. I always forget. And then I'm like, oh, why am I more tired? Oh, because it's, I lost an hour. It's always like the concept. I lost an hour. I lost an hour. Where the hell did it go? We just did that. We just did that. What did we do with time? Got rid of that. What? Well, like, we were driving up north, Suren, and we're crossing the border between the two states. We're like, oh yeah, it's an hour earlier. So we had told people, I was like, we were measuring time to see when we would get up there. And we were like, okay, so it's going to take us like 6 hours to get there. We'll see you guys at 3:00. So like, okay, we got there. And I sent them a message saying, hi guys, we're nearly there. And then I looked at the clock. It's 2:00. Oh yeah, it takes us 6 hours, but by the time we get there, we've lost an hour. So it's only 2:00. And so we're coming back. And I was saying to a friend, hopefully we can meet up for dinner when we get there. Just a easy dinner at a takeaway store. It's going to take us like 8 hours to get back because she was at a different town. Okay, so it takes us 8 hours, so we'll be there at this time. Oh no, wait a minute. We have an extra hour. So we're going to be there an hour later. Where? Why? Where did that come from? Where did time come from? Where did time go? Where did time come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Ugh. Yeah, our daylight savings is probably soon because it's like spring and autumn as well. Spring forward, fall back. I don't know exactly when though. I think it's in April for us that it changes. But again, it's like keep consistent. Why? Who decided that? Bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Yeah, yeah. I planted the seed. You gotta go listen to Cotton Eye Joe. Sung by a chicken nugget. A chicken nugget? I'm gonna put that on my to-do list for after this stream. Everyone, your homework for after this stream. Look up Sad Cotton Eye Joe sung by a chicken nugget. What did you say, Ian? You think it's the Greens doing daylight savings? Daylight savings has been around for a very long time. Also, Suren is in the US and they have daylight savings and they don't have the Greens. They're a completely different political system. Yeah, I think we'll call it a night too because I am getting tired. I think the dog's getting antsy for her slop for dinner. I'll get her some slop. She takes medication too. We give her Xanax in her dinner because she's a scared dog all the time. And the doctor gave us medicine for our dog, so we put medicine in her food. My old boy started taking medicine when he got really old and had dementia. And Maggie is a scared dog. My favorite thing in like sci-fi things is when they're like, here's your nutritional paste. And it's just like some green slop. Like, here's your nutrition paste. Here's your vitamin cube. Thank you. Thank you. It's so tasty and it's always green. It's always green. Thank you, Suren. Thank you so much and we will see you next time. Mwah. I will probably finish up. Yeah, I think I'll finish up. I won't use confusing language. I will say good night. See you later. This is it. Mwah. Love to you all. Thank you for joining me on the stream. This is the end. This is it. I'm pressing end. If you want to say goodbye, do it within the next 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're out.